Hello, today I'm going to be talking about the plastic waste in Southern California. According to Jeff Magdoff, bottle caps, toothbrushes, popsicle sticks, and tiny pieces of plastic inhabit the Pacific Garbage Patch, which is an area that is widely dispersed with trash, and it doubles in size every decade, and it is now believed to be roughly twice the size of Texas. He also states that sunlight and warm temperatures partially degrade plastic in the oceans into even smaller particles, which create microplastics. And if you were to take a cup of water from the ocean or a cup of sand, it would be full of microplastics if we put it like under a microscope. Now, according to Cox, microplastics are pervasive, and it is currently projected that if we don't do anything to slow down our consumption of plastic, there will be 12 billion metric tons of plastic waste in the landfill or our natural environments by the year 2050. In 2015, there was 4.9 billion metric tons, which is roughly about 60% of the plastics ever produced. Most individuals meet their recommended water intake through water bottle sources, and those individuals consume roughly about 90,000 microplastics annually compared to only 4,000 microplastics for those who drink out of tap water, which is very concerning as well. According to The Guardian, microplastic pollution has been detected in human blood for the first time, with scientists finding the tiny particles in almost 80% of the people tested. We consume microplastics through inhalation as well as indigestion, like drinking out of water bottles or anything that's in plastic packaging. But it's like super concerning because there is no studies that show what effects it has on our health. So we're consuming all these microplastics that have been found in the people that were tested, almost 80%. There's a big possibility that we have microplastics in our body right now, and we don't know what health effects that will have in our future, either to us or our families. So I'm gonna insert some videos here about plastic waste I went to two grocery stores, and here we could see how everything is packaged in plastic. Salads, cut up fruit, cut up veggies, salads again. Now, what I thought was a little funny, I guess, was these apple pears that were not only in this little styrofoam netting, but also in a plastic box again, when they could easily just be, on the shelf like the regular apples are. I also went to a zero waste store called Eco Now in Anaheim. So essentially, the way it works is you take your own mason jar, you tear it, and you fill it up with whatever you're gonna buy. You reduce plastic waste because you're not buying another bottle of dish soap, you're not buying another bottle of shampoo. You're essentially just refilling what you're gonna use. A couple of things. I'm gonna actually get the receipt was obviously texted to me. Just trying to see how much so I paid $8.79 for. I got four things. I ended up buying this is dish soap. So for all of this dish soap I ended up paying $3.88. I got some laundry detergent as well. According to him, it's very concentrated, and this will get me about 3 washes. This was $1.75. I got some dog shampoo as well. This one was $1.10. And also this maca and jojoba shampoo. This was $1.43. Finding a zero waste store near me was kind of hard because we don't have those type of resources where I live. I live in Bell Gardens, which is a community made up of 96.5% of Hispanics or Latinos, and only a population of 1.7% white. The household median income was also 50,311, and 25.6% of residents live in poverty, as opposed to in Anaheim, where the Hispanic or Latino population is about 54% and 23.2% are white. A household median income of 81,806, and only 13% residents living in poverty. So zero waste stores are not really located in low income or low educated areas, just because obviously that stereotype that they don't care, or they're not educated enough to understand these issues. So according to Pello, activists sought environmental justice not only through shutting down polluting facilities, but also by demanding and creating access to parks and green space and affordable, healthy foods, safe neighborhoods, and for climate-related policies and practices that are socially just and ecological sustainable. So when we look at Bell Gardens, most of the city is located next to the 710, so a lot of pollution going on there, a lot of big diesel trucks going through there all the time. So when looking at it, I found 9 Superfund sites, which 5 have been cleaned and 4 have not been cleaned yet, but according to the EPA, they're not super high risk. Also, in 2016, the LA County Public Health published a informational on Bell Gardens, and they reported 1 oil and gas well, and there was 1.65 acres of recreational space per 1,000 residents compared to 8.1 in LA County. 60% of residents experience house burden, which not also takes into account like the rent, but also like mold, cockroach infestations, rat infestations. That was 60% in Bell Gardens compared to 49% in LA County. And when taking everything into account, Bell Gardens scored in the 4th percentile in the California Healthy Places Index scores, which means that they are a very poor, they have very poor community conditions. There have been some efforts to reduce plastic waste here in California, not just necessarily to Bell Gardens, but just California in general. As long as other states have tried to ban plastic bags, the single-use plastic bags, and now you have to pay 15 cents to get a reusable plastic bag. You get takeout. When you order takeout, they usually tell you that they will not include utensils unless you ask for it yourself, as well as straws. Now, I have seen people complain, especially like the older population. They complain because they go to the store, they forget the bag, and now they have to pay 15 cents. Most restaurants now use paper straws, and I have seen that some restaurants have upgraded their takeout bags to paper instead of plastic, which is good, but the takeout containers are still plastic or styrofoam. I believe Starbucks and Panera they give you a discount if you bring your own cup from home, so that's also a step in the right direction. You save a little bit and you keep a plastic cup out of circulation. So what I have noticed though, especially in Bell Gardens, I don't know about other areas, but most residents do recycle their cans and their plastic like water bottles, milk jugs, and all of that, but only because they get a refund back when they go recycle the cans. So what can we do to increase, the awareness of environmental justice? Is probably just try to educate residents. When we tackle it from the viewpoint of microplastics and the unknown risk that they have on our health as well as our family's health or our future generations, there's not enough research to tell us, it's completely safe, that there's microplastics in our blood. There's no research that tells you that, but there's also no research that tells you 100% that this is something that's going to be cause cancer or any health problems down the road. But it should be something that people should be aware of, and that we should educate people on, that there has been microplastics found in 80% of the people that were tested's blood. We don't know what this is going to cause in our future. So I think that's a big way that we could tackle that problem. Supporting zero waste stores will also be super beneficial because they'd have more resources, more profit to expand. And the more, like I had told my sister, I sent my sister, I was like, oh my god, look how cool, I went to the store and they had a lot of stuff and it was not even that expensive, and she didn't even know that stores like this existed. So maybe we should also try to spread information about zero waste stores and how they positively impact our environment, how we can do our own part to reduce plastic waste, and the benefits of reducing plastic waste as well, because I don't think we think about that. We just go to the store, oh, I'm thirsty, gonna get a water bottle. We don't think about what's gonna happen to that water bottle after we use it. And when you put it into numbers, like in what I mentioned in the beginning, that it's believed now that the garbage patch in the Pacific Ocean is roughly twice the size of Texas. That's super alarming and super concerning. So I think when we put it into perspective, it's a little more likely that we will have an impact.